Good morning, everyone. I am Durant Williams. I'm the very proud principal here at Bergmont High School. This is, if not the best event of the year or program of the year, it is right at the top, guys. What an awesome opportunity for our students, for the staff members to celebrate, and most importantly, our parents. And so if you guys can help me, a big round of applause for moms and dads and family members that are here to celebrate with their children. So parents, please know that we so appreciate you guys and trusting your students to be here, to learn, to go through some of their most challenging years here with our staff, and again, entrusting our staff to do right by your kids. And I do believe that today is a great example of our staff doing their best to help support students with really what our job is, and that is preparing them for their futures, not ours. And so I got a great opportunity to meet with a few of our business partners out in the lobby, and I say this all the time because I truly believe that our responsibility as educators is to help students meet and succeed in the areas in which they choose to. It is not our responsibility to dictate what success is. It is their choice. And so today we are going to honor some phenomenal students that have met and are succeeding and going to continue to succeed in the area of their choice, and that is in construction. So one more big round of applause for all of the students and the parents on this big day. They're signing contracts for you guys. That is a huge deal. I would be remiss if I did not recognize our staff members, Mr. Chauffeur, Ms. Pettit, Ms. Schroeder, all of your support and everything that you do. I also ask that we recognize our county support, Dr. Jones, Ms. Davlin, for all of your support. Without you guys, we are unable to do what we do here at Bergmont to support our students. And thanks to the students that are here to recognize these unbelievable signees. We appreciate you guys coming and celebrating. And so I am going to turn the mic over. I thought I saw him run to the back. Chauffeur, give it up for Mr. Chauffeur. Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for being here.
Hello. Sorry, I haven't tried to talk on this yet, so this is my attempt. So I just wanted to come up real quick and introduce Mr. Tromblone. He is our career and academies coach at this school. He is going to come up and introduce some of our industry partners who have worked with us for quite some time, and we're going to be presenting an award to those folks. So let's welcome Mr. Tromblone.
Good morning, parents, families, staff, students, especially young men and women signing today. I have had the unique opportunity and honor to be working with this construction academy since the beginning for 7 years. And we want to take time to honor some of our partners who have been with us that long. We have 3 people in particular that we want to recognize. We have 2 of them unfortunately cannot make it today. One of them is here. We're going to bestow him the award for that. Not for being here, but for being here the entire time. The first person we'll recognize is Tony Verano, Metro Power. He's the workforce manager overseeing the apprentice program. Metro Power and Tony have been vital in making things like this happen today. They have taken numerous of our students who are there currently in their program and have graduated from our program. Second person we'll recognize is Jenny Horton, the president of Collins & Arnold. She's also on the board of the Associated General Contractors of Georgia. She is our advisory board chair and our champion. She has been there from the very start and has helped us make this academy what it is today. We would not be here in the state we are doing this today if not for folks like Jenny and Tony and this last gentleman. Chuck Little, was the Human Resource Director for the Atlanta Electrical Contractors Association. He is now enjoying retirement. Prior to his retirement, though, again, he was a staple with us in the very beginning. His program, again, helped our kids get opportunities like this, bringing people in to our classroom, teaching kids electrical from the beginning, getting partners into our schools, and getting our kids out of our schools into jobs. So I want to thank Chuck. If you please come up and accept this award, a token of appreciation from us. Let's hear it for Chuck. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate everything you've done for us. I hand this back over to Chauffeur. Let's get this ball rolling with these guys. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to start by, I'm going to start calling up the students. They're going to come up. We're going to show some appreciation for them. I'm going to say a few words about the things that they have done for this school, for this program, all that good stuff. We're going to also welcome up our industry partners who they will be signing with to go work for at those companies. So the one that I want to start off with first is I would like to welcome Rogelio Camacho up to the stage along with Cleveland Electric. So as I just mentioned, Rogelio is going to be working with Cleveland Electrical starting very soon. He has been in the program for 3 years. He is graduating with Electrical 1 certification. He's been a Skills USA participant for multiple years. He was in JROTC for 4 years, and he has been on the volleyball team here for the last 2 years. He has worked many jobs and shown a lot of respect and hard work through his high school career. So, Rogelio. I would like to welcome Cleveland to say a few words about what he will be doing working over at Cleveland.
Hi, I'm Scott with Cleveland Electric. We're really excited about having Rogelio come on with us. He's going to be joining our apprenticeship program, and then at the same time, while he's in the apprenticeship, he'll be getting his experience, being trained in the field by experienced journeyman wiremen. We're excited to have him come on with us and help him and help us. We're just glad to have him.
Next up, I would like to welcome Diego Carrillo Campos up to the stage. He's going to be working for Pyramid Masonry. Diego is a very special student to me as well. I taught him social studies, so that's another thing that I really love. Working with my students that I taught social studies and then also working in the construction industry. Diego has been in the construction program for 3 years. He started his sophomore year. He has competed in Skills USA for 2 years. He has won 2 competitions, the Marietta and the region competition last year. We're not going to talk about the ones that he should have won. But he has been an outstanding student. He has worked and he has taught me masonry, so that's been a big thing as well. He has also played violin since 6th grade, and he's been in the orchestra at the school. So, Diego Carrillo Campos, and I'm going to welcome Tim Tracy from Pyramid to come and speak about what Diego will be doing.
I'm Tim Tracy. I'm the Pyramid Masonry's president and one of the owners. Diego, we're actually going to put right out on the job site as soon as he signs up after graduation. We're putting him with one of our foremen to mentor him as far as laying brick and block. He's also going to teach him blueprint reading and how to lay out walls so that we can accelerate him through being a mason to a foreman and hopefully into the office at a later date. But he will be starting right after graduation out on the job site. We're happy to have him. I met him at the Skills USA state competition. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to be scored, but he had one of the best projects that we saw. So I immediately talked to the teacher here and gave him my card and said, I will hire this kid right out of high school. So we need to be proud of Diego.
Give a round of applause for Diego Carrillo. Next up, I would like to introduce and welcome Joe Torres and Roswell Drywall to the stage, please. Joe is a student who's been in the program for 4 years. He started doing drywall for us in his 3rd year. This 4th year, he was doing work-based learning. He's worked with his dad and his brother for multiple years. He's competed in Skills USA competitions for 2 years. He's a very amazing student in the fact that he wanted to compete in cabinet making, which is not something he's ever done before, but he wanted to do it so that he could learn stuff. He is the type of student and I think all students should strive to be like, to learn something, to try to do something that they have not done before. He got 2nd in state for drywall. He was on the soccer team. He was in JROTC as a freshman, and he's a very good friend and a respectful student. So I'd like to welcome Joe's dad to come speak about him for a minute about what he will be doing at Roswell Drywall.
Blueprints and how to communicate with people at the job sites, and I wanted him to build a good future so he can choose the best way to take opportunities in life. He's a great kid, he loves sports, and I think he'll do good.
Let's give Joe and Drywall and Roswell Drywall a big round of applause. I would like to welcome Jacob Ruger and Lane Hart to the stage. Jacob Ruger is another one of those students that I got the pleasure to teach him social studies and got to work with him in the construction industry. Jacob and I have a pretty interesting relationship in the fact that he wanted me to introduce him by saying that he likes long walks on the beach, hiking, and running. So this is Jacob Ruger. He has been in the program for 2 years. He started his 3rd year, but he decided to go work for Eckhart for work-based learning. I taught him social studies. He was a great student, worked very hard. He was the captain of the Raiders team here, and he has won multiple competitions, led the Raiders team to multiple competition wins. So this is Jacob Ruger. He's going to be working for Lanehart. I'd like to introduce the Lanehart folks to come and give a little speech about Jacob.
Roger, Lanehart Electric. We've got more than Jacob, but I'm just going to speak for all of them at once. We plan on putting these kids out in the field, putting them with some experienced electricians, turn them into hopefully some licensed electricians down the road, and offer them a career path that me and both Nate have both been offered by Lanehart Electric, which is a great place to work, and we hope to retire from there. I hope to see these guys do the same thing. So.
Next up, I would like to introduce Javier Gonzalez to the stage, please. Javier is another one of those very special students to me. He is actually a student that I got the pleasure to teach him as a freshman. He is my very first student that I got to teach as a freshman who will be graduating. So that's a very special thing in my heart. Javier's been in the program for 4 years. He started his freshman year. He did carpentry last year. He did work-based learning this year, where he worked for Eckhart. He is another one of those students who just loves to learn about a bunch of different things. He was a Skills USA historian. He was a Skills USA competitor for 2 years. He competed in carpentry. He won the masonry competition. He competed at Team Build for 2 years at the state competition. And he also competed in the Team Build at the Gainesville competition where they took 3rd. He also went to Maxwell High School for General Automotive where he got to learn a lot of new stuff as well. So, Javier Gonzalez. Next up, I would like to welcome Brian Perez-Jose to the stage. Brian was also in the construction program for 4 years. He finished his carpentry pathway during his 3rd year and decided to take on the electrical pathway this year, so he will be Carpentry 1 and Electrical 1 certified. He was the Skills USA treasurer. He competed in the Skills USA competitions for 2 years. He first was a carpentry competitor, and then he worked with the Team Build, where the Team Build got top 10 in state this past year. He worked in finished work with his dad for multiple years, and we're very proud of all the stuff that he has done in his future. So Brian Perez. And last but certainly not least, Nadia Rojo. So the joke has kind of been that we saved the best for last. They're all fantastic. fantastic, so I can't say that we saved the best for last, but definitely one of the top students that I've had the pleasure to work with in my career. Nadia was in the program for 4 years. She did her second year during the COVID, and she was one of the few students who was in person. She helped Javier to build a shed. They built a really big shed, if you've seen it in the back. Third year, she completed the carpentry pathway. Fourth year, she went on to do electrical. She competed in Skills USA State, where she was part of the team build, where they got top 10. She was also one of the students who got to be in our film academy here. She finished the film academy, and she was in the film academy for 4 years. She was the Skills USA Vice President and Secretary. She's been a very active competitor and participant in the Skills USA. She was also a manager for the volleyball team for 3 years. So Nadia Rogelio. I'd like to welcome all the signers to come back up and all the industry partners to come as well so that we can get a picture with all of y'all.